It's Off the Highway. I'm Tony Chris, and today I'm with my friend John Pattison. Hi, John. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, Tony.
Hey, thanks for being here. John and his buddy Chris are the authors of a great book called Slow Church, Cultivating Community in the Patient Way of Jesus. Hey, John, thanks for coming on Off the Highway. My first question for you today is, we live in a world where a lot of people are talking about the destruction of the American culture. Gay marriage is going to destroy American culture. Abortion is going to destroy American culture. Politics and the divides and anger and politics is going to destroy American culture. What would you say actually are things that have the greatest potential to destroy sort of humanity in our particular culture today?
Well, in the Slow Church book, we tie slow church. Slow church is kind of inspired by the other slow movements, like slow food, slow cities, slow money. And what those slow movements have in common is their opposition to what the sociologist George Ritzer has described as McDonaldization. And McDonaldization is is when the values of the fast food restaurant are coming to dominate more and more sectors of society. And so, like some of the tenets of McDonaldization would be a focus on efficiency above all else and productivity above all else, or calculability, a focus on countable results, or a focus on control. And so, like the way those things play out differs from sector to sector, but I think we're seeing it. We see those things in the church, and that was actually the starting point for us with Slow Church. I think that when those things, when productivity and efficiency and control become the standards by which we judge the success of our efforts, it leads to a lot of those things that a lot of things that are really destructive to American culture. Just sort of that unrelenting speed that never lets us stop or let up from striving toward what's next, or just trying to stay afloat, just constantly going and going and going. And we make the case in the book that the church has been just as susceptible to this. And so instead we try to make the case that our final standard in the church shouldn't be productivity or things that we can count, but ultimately it's faithfulness. Faithfulness to the person who's right in front of us, faithfulness to the place that God has put us.
And just practically, what does that faithfulness look like? Give me one or two ideas.
Well, again, we are distrustful of models and techniques, and so a lot of it tries to be very locally responsive. And so, can I tell you a story from something that's happening in Silverton, Oregon, where I live?
Sure, yeah.
So in 2008, right after the economy took a downturn, one of the churches asked the question, how can we help even just a few people in our town who might be down on their luck? And they made a goal of serving spaghetti dinner to 25 people a week on Wednesday night, and that was their goal. Well, fast forward to 2000, and so that was their act of faithfulness. But God has ended up using that in ways that they didn't expect. And so fast forward to 2015, where just recently we celebrated our 100,000th meal served at Wednesday night community dinner. And it's now a collaboration between 4 churches. We serve between 400 and 500 meals a week. It serves everyone from the very poor to the very rich, folks from all walks of life, and they're all coming together and eating together. And at the celebration where we asked one of the executives from Marion Polk Food Share to speak. I shouldn't say we. I wasn't in charge of it. I don't want to take credit for that. One of the executives from our local food share was asked to speak, and he said that our goal at Marion Polk Food Share is to make sure that no one in our community goes hungry. But here at Silverton Community Dinner, you come at it from the opposite direction. You have built a community so that people don't go hungry. And I think that that's an example of what faithfulness has led to in the town where I live.
Thank you, John. That's great. Everybody, that's John Pattison, my friend, and the author of Slow Church. Pick it up.
Thanks, Tony.